Good morning. This is the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Friday, June 28th. On the impact map, the widespread lightning, showers, and thunderstorms will be exiting our area today as we go into tomorrow. Possibly a new batch moving into Idaho on Sunday. What we'll be concerned about in the shorter term are the increasing winds, 25 to 35 miles an hour, along with low humidity, a bit in the south on Friday, expanding in coverage. Saturday also affecting the Sierra front, as well as on Sunday. So holdovers could still continue. We had another day of heavy lightning in the eastern part of the Great Basin, a little bit up in western Wyoming. We did have some precipitation through here. I apologize for the insignia, but a lot of this lightning did have some significant wetting rains with it. Doesn't mean we won't have new starts. Probably not escaping anytime soon. But because of the tremendous amount of lightning in widespread areas, lots of holdovers continuing. The further west you go and northwest, the better chances of getting more starts. We'll look at precipitation the past 7 days, and you can see overall the biggest areas were in the east. The percent of normal over the last 7 days, you can see across the south, and how much there was a fine line of drier than normal as you head further to the west and to the north. A lot of the ERCs took a brief dive. We see most of them in the 50th to 60th percent range, but things are drying out very quickly. The 100-hour fuels took a little bit of a hit, parts of Nevada and the whole eastern part of Utah, and parts of Idaho as well, but they'll be bouncing back in the current weather regime because we have this drier air mass given by this tannish brown shade moving on in. Also breezy conditions which accelerate the drying. No high risk today. You can see where our 7-day stands in terms of fire potential. Dry humidities down here in southern and central areas back in the single digits, low teens. Some breezes, 20, 25 miles an hour, not quite high risk criteria. Stronger winds up in western Wyoming. The humidity will be up there as well, though, so not expecting any issues for now. But the drier air expands and the wind field increases a little bit. We have high risk for parts of western and southwestern Utah on Saturday with those winds. Also have to monitor some breezy conditions in western Nevada as well. We'll see the humidities again very dry in the south and even in the low and mid-teens getting up into Idaho. So drying out in most areas, even in eastern Utah in the mid-teens. You can see the breezes here. The areas in orange will be the gusts that'll be up in about 20, 25 miles an hour. The trough sharpens a little bit, this wind strengthen in this dry air mass. There'll be some clouds in central and northern areas with an approaching cold front. We have high risk continued for areas that are dry enough to have a push of new starts, so we'll have to monitor any new starts in this area here in western and southwestern Utah once again, where the humidities will stay dry. Humidities do come up in Idaho, though. Instead of the mid-teens, we're seeing upper teens to upper 20s. They may have some showers or thunderstorms, but you see the strong belt of winds, and in some areas in southwest Utah, gusts could approach 40 miles an hour. And this could stretch back into parts of eastern Nevada as well. Precipitation the next 3 days, tapering off in eastern Utah. This batch up here in southwest Idaho will be coming through on Sunday. We'll have to watch that for the possibility of some new starts. And then on Monday, another trough low pressure, cooler air but breezy conditions, and this northwest wind vector does line up well with part of that part of the Snake River Valley. So we'll have to monitor winds through there. We do start to dry things out, though. Drier air mass pushes across the areas. Pacific high pressure builds in. That means the monsoon gets squashed out. So even eastern Utah and the Arizona Strip will see significant drying, although we could see some cooler temperatures in the north. High pressure builds all across the west coast as we get into Thursday. You can see our PSAs, how much they dry out and recover. So a lot of holdover potential still for next week with that building heat. 7-day precip totals, a monsoon stays far to the south. And the 8 to 14 day outlook shows above normal temperatures. All areas building heat and drier than normal for at least half or 2/3 of the geographic area, the further west and north you go. And the possibility of monsoons returning to southern and eastern areas, there's still a bit of a question mark on that, but definitely not in the next 7 or 8 days. This will be more maybe days 10 to 14 and things could change. This concludes our briefing. Have a great day.